What up? It's your boy LQ, Mr. Real Deal Fantasy HQ, and welcome to the RotoBaller YouTube channel. Please make sure you guys like and subscribe. But let's get into my must-have wide receivers for the 2023 fantasy football season. First up, I got Chris Olave, man, with a QB upgrade over there in New Orleans, with Derek Carr coming over with a chip on his shoulder, having something to prove to himself and maybe to the league. Wide receiver 27 last year is a rookie with a healthy 24% target share, and I think we could see a jump in 2023. Do you want to see a beautiful marriage? Olave was tied 4th in targets on passes that were 20 plus air yards. 46% of those deep shots on the team were all him. I mean, look, Derek Carr had 61 pass attempts on deep throws, which was 4th in the NFL last season. He was also top 5 in pass yards, and he was 2nd in touchdowns with a 96.5 passer rating on those deep throws. Now, banking on the deep ball connection here to get the touchdowns to increase for Olave from last season, and I think Olave can smash that wide receiver 12 ADP right now. Man, you gotta love the value on Keenan Allen right now. I mean, he's going on a lot of rosters at wide receiver 2, wide receiver 3, and looking at the alpha of this offense, it still remains the fact that it is Keenan Allen. I mean, yeah, the injuries last season affected his fantasy finish last season, but once he was healthy, he showed the NFL and fantasy managers he was still him. Returning from injury in week 11, he finished the season very strong. I mean, he led the NFL in receptions. He averaged 18.7 fantasy points per game with a wide receiver 3 finish. People, Keenan Allen, of course, is a gamble with them hamstrings because we saw it last season, but man, you gotta love the opportunity of pairing him up with an elite wide receiver set in drafts. Keenan Allen remains healthy in this new look offense under offensive coordinator Kellen Moore, by the way, who's coming off of a top 5 scoring offense. Man, I don't know how Keenan Allen's not a top 10 wide receiver this season. You're probably not drafting enough of Brandon Cooks this summer. I mean, listen, Kellen Moore is in LA right now, but the Cowboys still have their offensive weapons intact. And Cooks' ADP right now in drafts are wide receiver 42. So the value here is great. He put up 1,000 yards in the first year in every team he's been traded to in his career. 1,000 yards, people, that it cannot be slept on the first year he was traded. With recent comments from CeeDee Lamb also warning NFL defenses about Dak on the deep ball, this indicates to me that they're going to use Brandon Cooks' speed to make the big plays downfield. And look, Cooks has a 41.9% catch rate on passes 20 plus air yards since 2020. That's top 10 in the NFL. And listen, he did this with the Texans rotating quarterbacks over the last couple of years. He caught passes from 5 different quarterbacks in the last 3 seasons, people. Listen, don't fade the big value here. Cooks is going to be cooking. Amon-Ra St. Brown putting the doubters to bed last season, finishing wide receiver 12 in 2022. Now, him and Jared Goff's connection only grows stronger these last 2 seasons. 1,867 pass yards, 9 touchdowns, only 2 interceptions with a 104.7 passer rating when Goff targets Amon-Ra. Goff found his version of Cooper Kupp in Detroit. He found himself a reliable, productive wide receiver with a catch rate of 74% in his career. Listen, even though 59% of those targets were on short yardage, Amon-Ra is still a playmaker with the ball in his hands. 8th in yards after the catch among wide receivers since 2021. A big year is on the way for Amon-Ra. He's definitely one of those must-have wide receivers in 2023. And that's all I have for you. That was my must-have wide receivers for the 2023 fantasy football season. Please make sure you guys like and subscribe to the RotoBaller YouTube channel. Please leave a comment below on what you guys think about this episode. Until next time.